Hamas delegation has met in Cairo to discuss the ceasefire agreement and the phased detainee exchange. During the talks, the delegation praised Egypt's role, particularly in opposing the displacement plans, and welcomed the Arab Summit's initiative for Gaza reconstruction. Hamas called for full implementation of the agreement, the reopening of crossings, and an unrestricted flow of aid into Gaza. The movement also approved the formation of a community support committee to manage Gaza's affairs until Palestinian reconciliation is achieved. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office has confirmed that Israel will send a delegation to Doha to advance ceasefire negotiations. Meanwhile, Hamas spokesman Abdel Latif El-Qannou expressed optimism about progress in the second phase of ceasefire talks, highlighting ongoing mediation efforts by Egypt and Qatar. The Egyptian State Information Service stated that Cairo is engaging in intensive talks with all parties to expedite progress on the second phase of the truce, with high-level Egyptian meetings involving Hamas, US, and Qatari officials continuing. Germany, Italy, and the United Kingdom have voiced their support for an Arab-backed plan aimed at rebuilding Gaza. In a joint statement, the foreign ministers described the plan as a realistic path to Gaza's reconstruction, stating that if implemented, it could bring rapid and sustainable improvements to the dire living conditions of the Palestinians. The plan, drafted by Egypt and endorsed by the Arab leaders, has been rejected by Israel and the US President Donald Trump, who has proposed an alternative vision that critics say could lead to the displacement of the Palestinian people. The United Nations has accused Israel of carrying out a genocidal campaign against the Palestinian people across all territories occupied since 1967. The UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights in the Palestinian territories, Francesca Albanese, stressed that any attempt to separate Gaza from the West Bank is an illusion. She further stated that Israel's objective is to erase the concept of Palestinian existence in the occupied territories while advancing the expansion of what is referred to as Greater Israel. Gaza is facing a severe shortage of essential supplies after 7 days of Israel blocking all deliveries of food, fuel, and medicine. With basic goods becoming increasingly scarce and unaffordable, many Palestinians now rely solely on humanitarian aid for survival. The United Nations and other humanitarian organizations have warned of an imminent famine crisis. Earlier, the World Food Programme stated that its food supplies in Gaza are only enough to keep public kitchens and bakeries running for less than 2 weeks. The death toll in the Gaza Strip has now risen to 48,453, the majority of whom are women and children, since the start of the Israeli offensive in October 2023. According to medical sources, the number of injuries has also climbed to 111,860, while thousands remain trapped under the rubble as rescue efforts continue to face significant challenges. In the past 48 hours, hospitals across Gaza have received 7 more fatalities, including 6 newly reported cases and 1 body recovered from the rubble.